Mr. Tim Magner, President, Greater Shreveport Chamber of Commerce. No. I want to go back. Let me start this, and then because I know you're going to be able to jump in. Because I used the guy on the internet on the YouTube channel with the change my mind thing, and you just addressed errands. Maybe you have come across this. I have, and I've talked about it a lot on the radio. The people I talk to, they really, really, really want to vote for this, and they have concerns, as do I, about the not Mayor Perkins, not any one in particular, not one person in particular, but they are concerned about, as Aaron referenced, the process, the bureaucracy, the machine that is city government. I want to vote for it, but I'm scared. Change my mind.
Well, again, I think it's trust but verify. There is no the city; it's the people, right? And so we overwhelmingly the citizens of Shreveport elected Adrian Perkins and the current city council to do exactly what they're asking us to do.
Pardon me just a second, and I don't want to get you way off track, but here's what pops into my mind immediately, and people have heard me say this. Okay, there's no machine; there's just people.
Right.
But somebody wrote $189,000 check to the state of Louisiana, and the assistant CAO, the CAO, and the mayor didn't know about it. So
there are clearly management issues. I mean, again, this is not we don't live in a perfect system.
But should Mayor Perkins pay for that?
Well, sure,
I mean,
but we're
reputationally.
all, I mean, sure. I mean, that's the accountability piece, right? The whole point of this is we have to. That's the mechanism we live with, is that we elect people to represent us and to do the city's business. They have said we need $186 million to do the things that you need us to do, fix our streets and roads.
Very legitimate things.
Exactly. And so I think the question becomes, well, what's your alternative? If you say no, then we go through this again. We delay, or you say we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt in this instance, and we're going to hold them accountable going forward. Part of our concern, and part of the reason why we've come out in support, is because there's been a recognition expressed to us directly, and I've also heard the mayor express it in bond meetings around town, that they recognize that they can't do it all at once. They recognize that there's a need to parse this out in some sort of manageable chunks, and as a consequence, that gives us additional confidence that they appreciate the scope and scale of the projects that need to get done, that they also appreciate the need to do these in a fashion that can be managed and accomplished. It doesn't serve the mayor, or frankly anybody on the city council or the administration, anything to not do these projects
and do them well.
Well, and to do them well, but again, the idea that they're going to take this money and not do the projects seems sort of wrong on its face. And so the idea here, I think, from our perspective, is that we were concerned about pace. We were concerned about the specifics. And we have heard them attest to the fact that they will have a list, that they will do this in a way that is manageable. And so I think at a certain point, you have to take them at their word, and you have to go forward, because I think when you look at where we are in the community, we need streets and roads, we need public safety, we need all of these things paid for, and this is the mechanism that we have. And if you want to hit the reset button and say this is early enough in the administration or whatever, but we believe that it's important to get these things done to move the city forward.
Time for one more.
Tim Magner, Shreveport Chamber of Commerce. So, if these measures pass, what will you look for specifically to see that they are honoring their promise? What are you going to watch for?
So first thing we're going to watch for is there a list of projects that's put on the website and that's updated on a regular basis? What is the first bond issue that they go out for? Is it $186 million? Well, in that case, we're going to go down to the bond commission and we're going to say, hey, this is not what
it's too much.
It's too much. We want to do it in manageable chunks. I think there is the management piece. I also think it's going to be important for us to stay on top of things like the consent decree work, which again, people haven't been paying a lot of attention to necessarily. There's a lot of alignment that can be done between the consent decree work and some of the street and drainage and and some of the waterworks work. I think maintaining some vigilance with regard to that. It's basically paying attention and looking for a process that people have been struggling with on the intake. We now need to make sure that we remain vigilant going
One
forward.
last question: do you think they pass?
I hope so, because again, I can't see the idea of the city not having the capacity to do these things, or having to go a year or 10 months and do this again. It seems to me doesn't build the kind of momentum we want. One of the challenges that we often point out about the city is the sort of lack of momentum, or the stagnation, or however you want to frame it. And I think when you have the opportunity to engage with $186 million of investment in our community, that is net positive, and building on that ought to be something that we as a community really want to do.